the rotation.
Yeah, you hope that it's just a collective bit of dead arm. The Reds really didn't see that during spring training or the first and second time through the rotation, through the 5 men the last time around. A little different. Maybe they're pressing because the Reds aren't scoring. Hopefully you put some runs on the board early and Brady Singer can just relax and do his thing.
Well, it's a Giants team that's not scoring a lot of runs right now either, so maybe that'll help. We'll see how it goes. The Reds and Giants. Hope you enjoy it. Let's play. First pitch right in there for a called strike. 0-1 on Willie Adames. 81 degrees is our TempStar game time temperature tonight. Get complete home comfort with the TempStar heating and cooling system. Find your local TempStar dealer at tempstar.com. First pitch, as always, presented by Cincinnati Children's, changing the outcome together. Bouncing ball foul, third base side. And the count is 0-2 now on Willie Adames. Adames is hitting .258, but hitting much better in his last 6, 9 for his last 24. The 0-2 pitch. Adames got one off the end of the bat, rolls it toward the middle. Sliding stop, Ellie, but can't find the handle. He didn't have a play on Adames anyway, but he got to it, ranging far to his left, and Adames has himself a soft infield single to get things started.
Yeah, the Reds had De La Cruz playing way over into the pull side at shortstop, and you get a ball hit off the end of the bat up the middle that's really not even near second base, and he's so far out of position that can't get to the ball. And Ellie covers more ground than almost any shortstop.
Now Luis Arise. First pitch to Arise off the outside corner. Boy, this guy he makes you scratch your head because it seems like every year he's in a new uniform, but all he does is pretty much lead the league in hitting just about every year. Led the league in hits in the National League for the second straight year with the Padres last year. He swings and grounds it foul first base side. Surprise, surprise, he's hitting .304 to start the year this year.
Well, I think what happens to Arise is the team that he's on sees that he's hitting singles. He's getting on base roughly at the same clip over and over again. He's very consistent in what he does. But somewhere along the line, somebody says, well, you know,
Rise looks at a strike.
The numbers say we could put someone else out there and maybe they could hit a few more homers. And you know what? The numbers are not always right. I mean, we'd love to believe that we have the computer thing down and the analytics say one thing, but this guy can hit, and he's on base a lot.
Three-time batting champion. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Arise swings and skies this one high into the air over by third. Key Brian Hayes is under it. He'll make the catch, and one out in the first. Now Matt Chapman.
I will tell you this, Tommy. In all the years I've been doing this, and I told you earlier, and I'm going to tell you again so everybody can hear it, I have never seen a 300 hitter released, designated for assignment, cut loose, anything. You hit 300, you play.
Here's Matt Chapman with a runner at first and one out. Runner takes off. The pitch is a ball. Throw to second. Good one. Got him. How about that throw from Tyler Stevenson to Matt McClain?
Boy, right on the money. And I'll say this. Willie Adames got a great jump off of Brady Singer. I mean, he was off into the races before Singer even kicked that foot up, but Tyler Stevenson cut him down like he knew it.
2 down, and now Matt Chapman with the count 1-0.
Well, that was a nice throw.
Pitch. Chapman watches a breaking ball land in there for a strike. Singer's trying to bounce back. He got roughed up his last time out. 6 runs, 5 of which were earned. Didn't make it out of the third inning in Miami. The game the Reds would lose 7-4. The pitch. Breaking ball pounded into the ground toward the middle. Ellie far to his left. Gloves the big hop. Throws on the money. Got the out at first. Chapman's retired. And it's a scoreless first. The Giants may take a partner of the Cincinnati Reds.
After review, the call on the field is overturned. The runner is safe. San Francisco retains their challenge.
Pennington grass, see the grass is greener. How about that? So they are going to overturn it. After all that, there must have been a look somewhere. Yeah, maybe that one. The last one we got looks like the toe might have just barely been off the bag. Barely.
I guess that's why they challenged.
Now it makes sense. We also weren't looking at that look the entire time during the replay. Saw it late. The pitch is down low for ball one. 1-0 on Rafael Devers. So now they'll give Ellie an error on that, so it'll be an E6 that allows the runner to reach. The pitch is down too low. First error of the year on Ellie. Devers ahead of the count. 2 balls, no strikes. He has had a lot of success against Brady Singer. Wide open stance from the left side. Devers swings, skies one in the air, routine to Dane Myers in center. He's waiting on it. He's got it. Shallow left center. Inning over. That'll do it for the Giants here in the first. No scores. The Reds bat for the first time tonight. Robbie Ray on the mound for the Giants. This left-hander Cowboy's been awfully good for San Francisco to start the year.
He has. He threw well against the Yankees and the Mets in his first 2 starts. Threw very well the last time out against the Phillies. 6 innings of 3-hit, no-run baseball.
Struck out 7. That's back-to-back starts now for Robbie Ray with 7 strikeouts. He deals the first pitch to Dane Myers. It's high on the inside corner for ball 1.
You know, against Robbie Ray, you're going to get the fastball. It's going to be elevated, and you're going to get that hard breaking ball in on your hands below the bat.
Here's the lefty's 1-0 pitch. Myers watches a breaking ball on there for a strike call, and the count is even now. 1 ball, 1 strike on Myers. Myers getting the start in center field today and hitting in T.J. Friedel's spot in the order. Terry Francona saying before the ball game today that now the 1-1 pitch, swinging a foul back. Friedel getting a little extra time with Reds hitting coach Chris Valleca today, both on the field during batting practice and then in the cage, just to try to get him right again. And look, make no mistake about it, the Reds need T.J. Friedel to get going offensively. He's kind of the tone setter at the top of the order. The 1-2 pitch to Myers swung on, and this is whacked foul down the right field line, twisting into the seats and out of play. And Tito definitely still has full confidence in TJ getting things turned around. The track record would suggest that he can.
Yeah, he was one of the best leadoff hitters in baseball last year, both leagues.
1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch to Myers. Swung on again, fouled away right side. I mean, you've been around the game long enough, and I know you're a big proponent of it. Tito talks about it a lot. At some point, you end up playing to the back of your baseball card.
Well, that's what you hope.
Yeah, that's right.
That's what you hope.
And that is the expectation, and it's a fair expectation right now. So hopefully a day off will do TJ some good, and he'll be back in there ready to go tomorrow. But Dane Myers done a nice job, and he's been in there 6 for 20 for a 300 average so far. The 1-2 pitch, and Myers takes from Ray a breaking ball in the dirt.
I think for Robbie Ray, more times than not, he's a slow starter in the first couple of innings. If you let him settle in, he becomes awfully difficult to hit because he starts to get some length on that fastball, and the breaking ball starts to bite a bit.
Right back.
In other words, get him early.
Back to the plate with a 2-2. Buried that curveball way out in front of home plate, and the count is full 3-2. He is making his 8th career start against the Reds. Last year, 5 1/3, 3 runs allowed. And now Myers swings and misses at a breaking ball, and he's down on strikes. And boy, Dane Myers really frustrated himself chasing
a ball 4.
Slider in the dirt.
I mean, that pitch was never a strike.
So Myers is down on strikes. Now Matt McClain. It's kind of what we talk about when you don't want to let a pitcher off the hook. First pitch to McClain, up and away for ball 1. Ray, a career 4.42 ERA against the Reds in his 7 starts. Left-hander back to the plate now. The 1-0 pitch. And it's too high.
And most of those starts have been here at Great American Ballpark. He's only had 1 start against the Reds that has been outside of this joint.
Isn't that crazy?
It is.
That's kind of weird. He's been at it for a long time. Ray into his windup, and here's the 2-0 pitch. Swing and a miss. Change up that time, and he had McLean out in front.
That's the pitch that's the ultimate equalizer for Robbie Ray. If he's getting that over the plate, he can be awfully difficult to put the bat on because of his propensity to throw that fastball at the top of the zone.
The 2-1 pitch. McLean takes the fastball way too high. And now McLean way ahead of the count, 3 balls and strike. We talked about these situations with Terry Francona a little bit in the pregame today. Look, Reds hitters have done a pretty good job of getting ahead in the count. It's taking advantage when they are. Here's the 3-1 pitch. Off the plate outside, McLean works the walk.
Well, part of it too, Tommy, is knowing what's a strike and what is not. And when you have a pitcher like Robbie Ray, who is about a 50-50 guy as far as strike throwing ability, early in the ball game, he's worse. So you've got to bring your patience with you here in the first inning.
Now Ellie De La Cruz with a runner at first base and 1 out. Ellie's been swinging the bat well. Ray brings it home. The pitch, swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and in for strike 1. He's hit safely in each of his last 4 games, 7 for 17 with 4 extra base hits over that span, including a couple of homers. He has 5 home runs on the season. 4 of them have come right-handed. He only had 5 right-handed home runs all of last year. Pick to first, and a less than half-hearted toss over to first to check on McLean, who just easily steps back to the base.
Well, there are certain pitchers that you want to be aggressive because they have a lot of strike throwing ability early in the ball game, and they're throwing a strike with everything that they have. Robbie Ray is going to give you a fastball sooner or later, even if you take deep into the count.
The 0-1 swung on, and this ball's lifted high in the air, deep left center field. Oliva back at the wall. He's got it just in front of the Reds bullpen gate. Boy, Ellie didn't miss it by much.
I thought he had another right-handed home run. He must have caught that down on the bat a little bit towards the label.
It looked good off the bat. Boy, it looked good on the swing and the replay, too.
Actually, he hit it off the end. You're right, Tommy. It looked good all the way until the ball went into the glove of the Giants center fielder.
2 men are out, and now the batter is Sal Stewart. Stewart hitting a .309 clip, 4 home runs, 10 RBIs for Stewart. Ray delivers. The pitch to Stewart's low and inside, 4-1. He had another hit in the ballgame Sunday, was 1 for 5 with a run and an RBI. Matt McLean's the runner at first base. 2 outs, no score, bottom of the first. Ray ready at the belt. Here's the left-hander's 1-0 pitch. And that's low and inside, 2-0. If you're listening tonight on your car or truck radio, please remember to buckle your safety belt. This message brought to you by the Ohio Department of Public Safety. If you're not buckled up, what's holding you back? Now the 2-0 pitch to Stewart. Instead, another pick to first. A little bit more effort on this throw, but still McLean back standing. 2 balls, no strikes, the count on Stewart. Ray ready at the belt. And the left-hander's home with a 2-0 pitch. Stewart watches it in there for a called strike. Good slider from Robbie Ray. Ray snapped the Giants' 4-game losing streak last Tuesday. Those 6 2/3 scoreless innings against the Phillies. It's been a while since he pitched. The 2-1. There goes the runner. The pitch is in the dirt. The throw to second and got him. That throw was tailing a little bit from Bailey back toward first base, but Rise able to get there, and actually Adames getting there to slap the tag down to get the out. No, it was a Rise, excuse me. And the inning is over. No challenge from the Reds, so that'll do it. We go to the second, no score. Reds and Giants on the Reds. No score. We've played 1 here at Great American Ballpark, and Casey Schmidt leads it off for the Giants. Singer brings home his first pitch, and that is off the outside corner for ball 1. 1-0 the count on Casey Schmidt.
Well, what I've noticed already from Singer here in this ball game is he is at the bottom of the strike zone rather than up mid-thigh.
A much better place to make a living as a pitcher, isn't it?
Yeah, well, especially a sinker ball pitcher, you pitch up because you have a straight fastball and you're trying to ride the ball at the top of the zone.
The 1-1 swing, and there's a soft one-hop liner toward the middle. McLean will wait back on it, field it on the hop, and throw to first to get the out.
But there is no reason not to be at the bottom of the strike zone if you're a sinker ball pitcher, because you're trying to get them to chase that pitch that's just a tad lower than the strike zone and beat it right into the ground.
Jung-Hoo Lee comes to the plate, nobody on, one out. Lee is really having a tough time.
Crazy.
He did go 4 for 12 in the Baltimore series with a double and a home run, drove home 2. But he is only hitting 185, and he takes a first pitch strike from Singer. Singer back into his windup, and now the 0-1 pitch to Lee. Backdoor breaking ball, and it hangs off the outside corner.
You watch the eyes of Lee when he steps into the box. He's scanning the infield to see where the infielders are playing, looking for a spot that he can slap the ball to.
The 1-1's up and away.
And he's got a wide open shortstop position with Ellie playing up the middle.
2 balls, 1 strike on Lee. Singer throws, and there's a ground ball right through that hole that he was eyeballing, and he's got himself a base hit. So Lee's aboard. Let's pause for ID on the Reds Radio Network. Runner at first is Lee. Here's Elliot Ramos. Singer back to work now, facing Ramos, and the first pitch to him is a breaking ball for a strike on the inside corner. 0-1.
You know, we love to talk about when the shortstop or the second baseman is playing out of position and there's a line drive that's right to him. That's great. But there's already been 2 times here tonight, actually 3, where the Reds have had Ellie out of position.
Broken bat roller to Ellie. He will field it. The only play is to first. He will get the out on Ramos at first base. 2 down. Up to second base is Lee.
Now, it hasn't hurt the Reds so far in the run department, but Ellie is the kind of shortstop where you just doesn't seem like you have to overplay him. He's got great range.
Patrick Bailey's the batter with a runner at second base and 2 outs. First pitch to Bailey is fouled over into the Giants dugout.
I mean, if I'm a pitcher and I get a ball off the end of the bat and it's hit to the regular shortstop position, I mean, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get them to hit the ball off the end or off the hands. I want to get an out there. I don't want to be rewarded if I miss my spot. I'm not interested in that.
0-1 to Bailey. Off the plate outside. 1 ball, 1 strike. There are some hitters, too, that are going to take what the defense gives you.
Well,
also, right?
The guy standing at second base would be one of them. I mean, he was looking around just to try to find out where the infielders were, and he took advantage of it.
1 ball, 1 strike on Bailey. Singer throws. There's it's a little low with that slider. 2 balls and a strike now on Bailey. And the other part of that, too, is there are some guys that you know are going to try to pull the ball no matter what.
Well, I think you also have to take into account your pitcher.
Right.
And Singer is going to throw left-handers sinking the ball away.
2-1 pitch. That's off the outside corner. Patrick Bailey, a left-handed batter. He's a switch hitter up there from the left side. Hitting just 146 this year. Patrick Bailey, 6 for 41. No home runs, just 1 RBI. 3-2 pitch, fouled left side. Outside of third on a low liner.
You see Bailey trying to do the same thing here. You've got the shortstop position wide open because the Reds have Ellie playing up the middle, and he's trying to hit that ball through that left side of the infield. You could really see him wait and just try to shoot it the other way.
And like you talked about, if you're a pitcher that's trying to get a left-handed batter out down and away, that just plays into what they're trying to do. 3 balls, 2 strikes on Bailey. Singer delivers, and this ball is lifted in the air. Left field should be routine. Steer fading.
Our custodial teams keep ballparks spotless so fans can focus on the game and not the grime.
No score as the Reds bat in the bottom of the second inning. Sal Stewart to lead things off as we look at our Reds Hall of Fame and Museum trivia question of the game. Pete Rose trivia is the topic this series. Which one of the following awards did Pete Rose win first? A, Silver Slugger, or excuse me, Silver Bat for winning the league batting title. B, Gold Glove Award, or C, League MVP award. First pitch to Sal Stewart, up and in for ball one, 1-0.
Which did he win first?
First. Which one of these awards did Pete Rose win first? The 1-0 pitch to Stewart. Strike call to the inside corner.
Well, the answer that jumps out is winning the batting title.
Well, yeah, obviously, right? It's got to be what it is. 1-1 pitch to Stewart. Swung on, popped up foul, right side. Stewart was batting when Matt McClain was caught stealing.
You know, and I know, that there is no way that they are going to give us a layup. They haven't given us a layup question in my 20 years here. They're not about to start this year. What are the other answers?
Gold Glove Award or League MVP?
Do you know yet?
I'm saying A.
You're going with the batting title?
Yeah, I am. I'm just picking the easy one. Because if it's not that, I'm going to feel really stupid. Sal Stewart checked his swing and went around. He's down on strikes, one out here in the second. Eugenio Suarez now will be the batter.
What is A?
That's
what you just said?
Silver bat for winning the league batting title.
All right.
You're going to jump right off the cliff with me, huh? Suarez has hit Robbie Ray quite well historically. See if that continues today. First pitch is high for ball one.
I'm very leery of that question.
Trust me, I'm right there with you. Suarez hitting .224 on the year, couple of homers, 8 RBIs, but a lifetime .333 hitter with a couple of homers against Robbie Ray. The breaking ball in there for a strike on the inside corner, 1-1. 5 for 15 lifetime. But 4 of those 5 hits have gone for extra bases. The 2 homers, as I mentioned, and also a pair of doubles. Robbie Ray's into his windup. He throws. Swung on, fouled back. Ball and 2 strikes now on Suarez. Lefty Ray nods the sign, and here it comes. Breaking balls in the dirt. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Suarez. Nobody on, 1 man out. Scoreless in the second inning, and Ray throws the 2-2 pitch. Suarez check swing, and he went around, says home plate umpire Paul Clemens. So he'll drag the bat back to the dugout. Back-to-back strikeouts for Robbie Ray to begin the second inning. Now 2 away for Reese Hines.
Reds are trying to get out there to get to that fastball, and they're chasing that breaking ball down and in. We saw it with Dane Myers in the first inning, and we've seen it in back-to-back hitters of Stewart and Suarez. Let's hope this fella gets off to a good start.
Well, he was torching AAA pitching. Hines just recalled the pitch, swing and a miss, and a first pitch slider for strike 1.
Coming off the International Player of the Week, the first week of the season in AAA.
hitting .354, 5 homers, 3 doubles, drove home 16 down in Louisville. He got off to a blistering start after hitting .410 with 5 home runs this spring for the Reds. 1 ball, 1 strike on Hines. Marte was sent out after the game Sunday. Hines brought up for the ball game today. I would expect that he'll be in there on an everyday basis. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Hines, and he takes a breaking ball low and inside.
Well, if you want him to be able to be the kind of player that everyone expects him to be up here, you got to give him some rope, give him some length. Let's let him play and see how he does.
Here's Rays 2-1. Hines swings and misses at a changeup. Big cut and a miss. The count is even, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Hines only got 15 big league games a year ago. Went down to Louisville, really adjusted his approach, worked more walks, struck out less. Here's the 2-2, down and away. And the count is full, 3-2. And that was the thing. Swinging at better pitches, better swing decisions. That made a huge difference for Hines. Now the question is, we know it works in Louisville. Can he keep that same approach and have success with it up here?
He has not seen a fastball in this at bat.
Ray's payoff pitch.
Brady Singer back out for his 3rd inning of work. He'll get the number 9 batter, Jared Oliva. And he'll take a breaking ball down and away. How are we pronouncing his last name?
You got it right.
Oliva?
I said it wrong originally. I said Oliva, but it is Oliva.
Popped up high into the air into left field, heading towards the line is Steer. He'll make the catch. 2 pitches, 1 down. Now we go back to the top of the order and Willie Adames. Adames with a weak infield hit his first time up. A lunging swing at a breaking ball. Ball didn't even get out of the infield, but Ellie is playing so close to the third baseline he could shake hands with the third baseman, Brian Hayes. The pitch, fastball, that's a strike over the outside corner.
And it was almost like Adames just kind of guided it, pushed it.
Where Ellie is right now, Brian Hayes could cover that. The guy is a platinum glove winner. And there's a ground ball, and it's right to where Ellie is playing. He will throw in time, 2 down. That'll show me.
Wouldn't you know it?
But that was a fastball in on the hands of Adames. And I would say, for the most part, we don't throw Adames a whole lot of fastballs. And the reason that we don't is because of what he did to them when he was in a Brewer uniform. They were hit out there where the fans could put them in their pocket. 2 down. Here's a rise. He'll take a backdoor breaking ball. That is strike 1. Oh, don't you love a free strike? Quickly back to the plate, Singer. Another breaking ball. This time just a hair off the outside corner.
You know, we talk about that first pitch breaking ball for a free strike a lot. And that first one.
Ground ball. McLean won't get it. Right by him. Sharply hit by a rise. He'll have a 2-out single.
But going back to it, if he throws that pitch, say 2-1 or even 1-1, it's a different outcome with that pitch. What's the difference between, because it was a breaking ball, inner half, about mid-thigh high. We would call that a hanging breaking ball just about any other point of the count. What's the difference between it on pitch 1?
Because the hitter is geared up for a first pitch fastball, and he is trying to do some damage on the first pitch of the at-bat. Or he's taking all the way. And that's why you can get ahead with a mediocre breaking ball that starts out of the zone and comes back to the plate. The key is starting it off the plate and bringing it back. Strike 1 here, the right-handed hitting Matt Chapman, who reached on what was scored an error. And there's a line drive right to Brian Hayes at third. And that'll do it for the Giants here in the third. We are scoreless. The first game. Spencer Steer to lead it off for the Reds. Only batter to reach thus far has been Matt McLean. He was caught stealing. That came back in the first inning. And the first pitch is a strike, a fastball right down the middle for strike one. No ball, one strike count. Left-hander Ray to the plate. Breaking ball that'll bounce up there. Sooner or later, Spencer's going to get to a point where he's going to get tired of watching pitchers throw him a fastball right down the middle for strike one, because it's out now. I mean, it happens all the time, especially the first bat of a ball game. Breaking ball inside, and that's what they do. First pitch strike right down the middle. Breaking ball, now the high fastball. 2 ball, 1 strike count. And to the plate is Ray. And it is hit high and deep. Left center field. You kiss that baby goodbye. Spencer Steer got him a breaking ball there right in the heart of the plate. And he absolutely destroyed it. It is 1-0 Reds.
We've talked about how Steer loves to hit the breaking ball
on the plate.
And that one was very much on the plate.
It was a backdoor breaking ball that started on the outside corner, came back to the middle. And that's the key to throwing that pitch. It's got to start off the plate so it looks like a ball. And Steer just clobbered it. Maybe Spencer went to the plate looking for that pitch. I mean, it is a left-hander coming to him. And maybe that's why he took that first pitch fastball. Foul off the bat of Tyler Stevenson. That was a bullet.
Well, that's what we talked about the other day. If you're going to take the first pitch fastball to set up the pitcher for the breaking ball,
the hook.
That's one thing.
Yeah.
But you got to be ready to hit that.
And he was ready.
Yes, he was.
Breaking ball, actually a changeup downstairs. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count. And I'm sure Spencer is watching early well, you look back at the second inning. Ray was just pumping those breaking balls into the right-handed hitters. A check swing foul back behind home plate. That was a changeup up around the letters. You start to get Spencer Steer with some confidence and rolling in the right direction. It's going to be tough to keep him in that number 7 spot. We saw that during the second half of last year. He got on a roll, and man, he was hitting everybody that came to the mound. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fastball right down Broadway, strike 3.
Well, I think the hope is that everybody kind of around that spot of the order gets going too, and then you just keep them there. And then you've got a pretty long lineup at that point, but those other guys around him have to get going too.
Give you some length. Well, at this point, you're trying to bunch hitters together that are swinging the bat well. That's exactly what the Giants have done with Adames, Arise, and Chapman in the top of their order. That was not their original order when they began the season, as Ray hits the outside corner for strike 1 here to the right-handed hitting Brian Hayes. No ball, 1 strike count. And to the plate. A little flare into right field. Quickly to it is Lee, and he'll make the catch. 2 down. Hey, as Jung-Hoo Lee can cover some ground, whether it be in center field, that's where he started with the Giants, or now in right field. He's got a pretty good arm to go with it. But that was a hard play. He made it look easy. So now Dane Myers, he'll be the first to greet Robbie Ray for the second time here tonight.
What do you think Brian Hayes would pay if he could just go out and buy a hit right now?
Well, he's got a long-term deal. I imagine he might up the ante. Foul down the right field line, a fastball, and just a tad tardy. He hit it on the barrel. He was just late. No ball, 1 strike count. It was the slider in the dirt after 7 pitches that got Dane Myers as he opened the Reds' first inning. He's hitting in the number 1 spot with Friedel out of the lineup. And that breaking ball almost hit grass. I mean, that was.
Are you sure it didn't?
I'm not. That was way. That looked like it was 4 feet in front of home plate. 1 ball, 1 strike count. Robbie Ray kicks and he'll turn it loose. Change up. That'll bounce up there. It's a 2 ball, 1 strike count. Ray's got that big turn, shows his back to the hitter, and then he comes straight over the top. So he hides the ball a little bit. Slider down and in. He hid that one from Patrick Bailey as it goes all the way to the backstop. That went right under the glove of Patrick Bailey. Bailey catching for the Giants here on this night. The 3-1 pitch. Up and in. That's ball 4. You see, that's the pitch there that was called a strike in the last 4 or 5 years. When the strike zone was raised, umpires were calling that pitch across the board at the top. Not as consistently up and away and up and in, but it was being called a strike. Myers can run. Here's Matt McLean. The pitch fouled to the right side, out of play.
Yeah, the top edge of the strike zone had pretty close gotten to the letters again. It's barely above the belt now.
Well, we saw several Giants hit to the shortstop hole that were left-handed. Can McLean hit to the right side of the infield? It's wide open, and he will pop it up. Back is the second baseman, Arise. He'll make the catch. That'll be the final out for the Reds here in the third, but they
Giants come to bat. Reds are up 1-0. Fourth inning. Matt Chapman leads it off against Brady Singer. First pitch is up and away for ball 1. 1-0 on Rafael Devers, rather. Matt Chapman made the final out of the third inning, lining out to Key Brian Hayes. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Devers, swinging a little soft bouncer foul, first base side.
Looks like the breaking ball from Singer is much sharper, and to be honest with you, it's located better. It's down more, a little more bite to it.
You know, Singer doesn't have a strikeout yet, but I don't think with him that's a bad thing at all.
Just get outs, baby.
He's doing it. Giants have 3 hits against Singer. 1-1 pitch, swinging and a miss. Devers an ugly swing there to slider down and away.
Backdoor slider started off the plate. Didn't come back to the plate. I think Devers thought it was going to.
Wide open stance, hands held high in the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Devers down on strikes. There's the first strikeout of the night for Brady Singer. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Casey Schmidt, the batter. Nobody on, 1 man out. Schmidt grounded out to second, swings the first pitch. 1 hopper to Key Brian Hayes at third. Gloves throws, got him. 2 down. Boy, that's a thing of beauty right there, isn't it?
Don't you know it? First pitch breaking ball, you swing, you hit it to my platinum glove winner at third. I know you're out, and you are.
Reds fans, join the team that saves lives. You can give hope to someone in need. Register as an organ, tissue, and eye donor today at registerme.org. Brought to you by Network for Hope. Jung-Hoo Lee takes up and away for ball 1. Well, the Reds are giving Lee that big hole on the left side again.
Well, they've gotten Key Brian closer to that shortstop area, so it takes a little bit away from the idea of going that way if you're Jung-Hoo Lee, because the visual looks like it's not as big of a hole. The first time, Key Bryan was playing much closer to the third base line.
2-0, and the slider's in for a strike on the outside corner. 2-1 now on Jung-Hoo Lee.
I mean, a hitter wants to know, okay, if I can go that way, if there's nobody between second and third, I can make a mistake and just hit it somewhere over there, and I get a hit, as he did his first time.
Up and away. It's a 3-ball, 1 strike count.
But now you've got Key Bryan covering that area a little bit.
Left-handed batter, upright stance. The pitch, strike on the outside corner. Fastball from Singer in a full count, 3-2. Lee has struggled at home this year. He's been a much better hitter on the road, just over 300 away from Oracle Park. 3-2 pitch. Swung on, sprayed foul off to the left side, out of play.
Well, you look through different players' stats, and this plays out throughout the year, but especially early in the year. When you don't have any walks and you have very few strikeouts, that means you're swinging at everything.
Foul back.
So if I'm looking at that and I say, okay, well, Jung-Hoo Lee he's got very few walks, he's got very few strikeouts, he's hacking. So you use that to your advantage. That's where numerically you can use that to your advantage.
This is yanked to right field. That's going to one-hop the right field wall. Hines over to play it off the fence as Lee goes sliding into second with his second hit tonight. A single, now a double. And it's a 2-out double for Jung-Hoo Lee, his 5th double of the year.
A little comeback fastball. That pitch started off the plate in. It was not a bad pitch from Singer, but a really nice piece of hitting from Jung-Hoo Lee. That's the Jung-Hoo Lee that we saw when he first got to the big leagues. Anything that was on the plate, he just destroyed.
Elliot Ramos swings the first pitch and loops it into the Reds' first base dugout for strike 1. Now this guy has been striking out a ton and walking hardly at all. 22 strikeouts. He's only walked twice this year. Grounded to short his first time up tonight. Singer's 0-1. And Ramos lays off the breaking ball off the outside corner. The first pitch to him, he fouled off. It wasn't a strike. It was in on his knuckles. He swung at it. When you see those kind of numbers, why would you throw him a strike? Till he makes you. Singer delivers in the dirt outside. A non-competitive pitch there with the slider. It's 2-1.
Well, when you're throwing a breaking ball to a highly aggressive hitter, you want the pitch to start with a little bit of elevation on the plate because that entices the eyes and the hands of the hitter to swing.
Swung on. This ball's lifted to left center field. Over from left, Steer. Over from center, Myers. It'll be Steer to make the catch out in left center for the final out of the Giants' 4th inning. Still 1-0 Reds, middle of the 4th. Ellie De La Cruz leads off the Reds' 4th inning. 4th inning is brought to you by Four Roses Bourbon. Four Roses, the mellow, balanced Kentucky classic that's crafted for those home run moments. Proud sponsor of the BCL Press Club. Presented by Four Roses Bourbon. Enjoy responsibly. First pitch to De La Cruz, a changeup in there for strike 1. 0-1 on Ellie.
Tonight's Toyota Tundra Home Run Challenge contestant, that's Randy Thomas from Walton, Kentucky. And if a home run hit by a Reds player during tonight's game hits the Toyota hit and win sign.
The 0-1. Popped into the air, foul. Back into the seats, right field line.
That sign is located out in right center field. Well, Randy, you won a brand new built in the USA 2026 Tundra. All courtesy of your Cincinnati and Northern Kentucky Toyota dealers. Randy Thomas from Walton, Kentucky. Good luck.
0-2. The pitch in the dirt inside. Windy night tonight here at Great American Ballpark. We've said that a lot this summer so far. Guess it's not summer yet, but I'm being generous with it. Baseball season, it's summer.
Well, it's blowing out of left from right field line towards the left field line.
2 in the dirt inside. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
Which surprises me that the ball that Ellie hit didn't have more carry back in that first inning, but I think he hit it off the end of the bat and just didn't quite have that backspin.
2-2 pitch. That one almost hit his back foot. Now full count, 3-2. One nothing Reds. We're in the bottom of the fourth inning. A home run by Spencer Steer. The difference in the game. It's also the only Reds hit so far. Reds have 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. They've left 1. That's how it's gone so far. 3-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Swing and a miss. Swung through a changeup on the outside corner, maybe even a bit off. But Ellie's down on strikes. 6 strikeouts already for Ray. The early high water mark for Ray is 7. He's struck out 7 in back-to-back starts entering tonight. Now Sal Stewart's the batter. First pitch to Sal. Up too high for ball 1. Robbie Ray finally healthy last year. Battled injuries the 2 prior seasons. Former Cy Young Award winner over in the American League back in 2021 with Toronto. He's been an all-star twice. The left-hander into his windup, and he's home with the 1-0 pitch to Stewart. A strike called on a fastball over the inside corner. The count is even now, 1 ball, 1 strike. Beautiful night for baseball here in downtown Cincy. 81 degrees at first pitch, the 1-1. And Stewart takes a changeup low and inside. He's ahead of the count, 2 balls and a strike. Well, you have a huge advantage against Robbie Ray when you're hitting ahead of the count as opposed to being down. That's usually the case with most pitchers. It is a giant discrepancy with Ray. 2-1 to Stewart. Swinging a bouncing ball foul, third base side.
Well, it was that same slider that he struck out Stewart with in his first at bat.
Two balls, 2 strikes, base is empty, 1 man out. The pitch to him. Swung on, and this is swatted foul back into the upper deck and then right back out of it.
But if you're watching Robbie Ray and you're just watching his mechanics and letting the ball go, every single pitch looks exactly the same. Fastball, slider, changeup. And that is what you're after as a pitcher. That deception in itself, regardless of location or speed or spin rate or any of that other stuff that they love to talk about these days, if it all looks the same, you make it tough on the hitter.
Ray's 2-2 pitch to Stewart. In the dirt, now full count. This down with a changeup.
I'm betting he's getting that slider down and in here.
See if Stewart's ready for it. Ray has struck out 6. He's got a full count on Sal Stewart. Ray out of the windup. Legs spread shoulder width. 3-2 pitch. Stewart swings and fouls back a fastball. So we'll try it again. Well, the longer this at bat goes, the more you know he's going to see that breaking ball at some point. Ray square to the plate. Kicks, delivers, swing, and he barely got a piece of the slider there and fouled it back to stay alive, and he fights it off.
And that slider was not really backdoor, but it started out there and bit down, and Stewart able to foul it off a bit. That was not the down and in slider that we've seen for the majority of the strikeouts here tonight.
3-2 again. Swung on, and this ball's well hit. High and deep to right field. Back it goes. It is gone.
Wow.
Way out of here to right field. An opposite field home run for Sal Stewart. His 5th homer of the year. 2-0 Reds.
Boy, that is just a great at-bat by Sal Stewart. Saw a lot of pitches his first time up. And he gets a fastball riding up and away, and he just leans on it.
That was out of the zone, too, Cowboy. I mean, it was up, out of the zone, over the outside part of the plate, and Sal killed it.
It's now 10 home runs that Ray has given up to the Reds in his career in 40-plus innings pitched.
Breaking ball over the outside corner for a called strike, 0-1.
But as I mentioned earlier, most of those starts have come in this ballpark. 6 of 7, now 7 of 8 if you count tonight.
Suarez bounced it foul, third base side. And worth noting again, Ellie didn't miss his ball by much.
No. Boy, that's a great swing by Stewart. He gets on top of that ball and he just let her rip.
The 0-2 pitch to Suarez. Down too low. And the thing that you love about it, it wasn't an overswing. It was a 3-2 pitch. So you know he wasn't coming unglued. Just a nice, easy swing. And it just shows you how strong he is. I mean, I don't know that I would say he has swung out of his shoes on any of the 5 balls that he's hit out.
I've only seen him swing out of control a couple of times. Now, that came in Miami.
1-2 pitch off the plate outside, 2-2 on Suarez.
So when you've got 250, 300 people there to watch you play, I mean, that gives you a little bit of a over adrenaline.
I thought he kept it under control for the most part in that series. Really well.
That's why I said it's just been 2 swings.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The pitch to Suarez, way too high. Full count, 3-2.
Eugenio has gotten from 0-2 to 3-2.
Stewart just continues to impress with what he's been able to do. 3-2 pitch. In the dirt inside, ball 4.
Well, that's a good at bat by Suarez.
After the strikeout of De La Cruz, home run and a walk, and now Rhys Hines will come to the plate. Well, this could be fun. Hines struck out his first time up.
And now that Rhys has gotten to see him a little bit, hopefully that will help him in his approach this time around.
The left-hander Ray readies at the belt, turns it loose, swing and a miss, and a first pitch changeup, strike 1, and Rhys Hines still hasn't seen a fastball from Robbie Ray.
Well, he saw nothing but changeup, slider in combination in his first at bat.
Ray from the belt, Suarez off first, and the lefty fires. Swing and a miss, and a changeup down, and Hines behind in the count 0-2. 1 on, 1 out, 1 in for the Reds here in the 4th inning. 2-0 Cincinnati. 0-2 on Hines. Steer waiting on deck. Ray ready at the belt, and the lefty delivers. Down too low with a changeup. Hines lays off, a ball and 2 strikes.
That's 3 consecutive changeups. Sooner or later, Robbie Ray's going to drop that slider on him.
Ray, a big breath. A look to first, and now here he is with a 1-2 pitch. Swung on, and this ball skied in the air to shallow center. Out goes the shortstop. It'll be Adames to make the catch. And back to first base, Suarez. The ball back in, gets away a little bit, but not enough for Suarez to advance to second. There was the slider, Cowboy, and it was down and in. Tough to do anything with that pitch.
Yeah, when you've got the information is so great today, whether you could be playing in A-ball in Mogadishu, and everybody knows what you hit and what you don't hit. And Rhys Hines has traditionally been a destroyer of fastballs.
Spencer Steer with a runner at first and 2 outs. First pitch to Steer right down the middle. There's that fastball that he takes for a strike. He hit a breaking ball out on the second pitch of his bat his first time up.
Maybe he'll throw it again. He threw a first pitch fastball in his initial at bat.
Ray fires home the 0-1. And he fires a changeup up there. And it fades down and away. Steer takes ball 1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Suarez with 2 outs, bouncing off first, and Ray gives him a look. Now he's home with a 1-1. Ground ball toward third, fielded by Chapman. He'll throw on the run in time to get Steer. Side retired. We go to the fifth. The Reds get another homer. This time Sal Stewart goes deep. 2-0 Cincinnati. On to the fifth on the Reds Radio Network. Let's take a look at the answer to our trivia question presented by the Reds Hall of Fame and Museum. Before the Giants come to bat in the fifth inning, the question was, which one of the following awards did Pete Rose win first? A, Silver Bat for winning the league batting title. B, Gold Glove Award. Or C, League MVP. We both said A, Silver Bat. We want to stick with that. Not to be confused with Silver Slugger.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think that's where they're trying to get us. First pitch to Bailey. Rolled on the ground to the first baseman. Handled by Stewart. He'll wave off Singer and take it 3 unassisted for the out. One pitch, 1 out in the fifth. The correct answer is A, Silver Bat. See, we didn't let them outsmart us this time. Rose won the first of his 3 career league batting titles in 1968. He received the first of his 2 career Gold Glove awards in 1969, and he won his lone career MVP award in 1973. So there you have it.
Feel better about that now. They did give us a layup.
They did. Oliva stands in, shows bunt, pulls the bat back, takes strike. 0-1. 2-0. Reds have the lead. It's the Giants bat in the fifth. Singer home with the 0-1. Breaking ball, good one at the knees.
Don't be fooled by the layup. Because I can tell you right now, they are setting us up for the absolute drop kick.
Well, I feel like we need to keep in mind those awards.
Right.
Gold Glove, first of his 2 Gold Glove awards, 69. MVP in 73. Keep that in mind. Breaking ball, down and away.
2 Gold Gloves.
2 Gold Gloves. The first one was in 69. Doesn't say when he won the second.
MVP 73.
73 MVP.
It was right before Joe Morgan's back-to-back.
File those away. The 1-2. Swung on, popped up, short right. In comes Hines in a hurry, and he'll get there and make the running catch in shallow right field for the second out of the fifth. My favorite is when they give us the answers to future trivia questions and we can't remember what it was. So this time, we're going to remember. Sure. Here's Willie Adames. Adames is 1 for 2. Singled his first time up, grounded to short his last time up. Singer fires a first pitch bender. Slider misses low, and the count's 1-0.
You can see Singer really concentrating on keeping the ball at the bottom of the strike zone.
In off the plate. Fastball to Adames. It's a 2-ball, no strike count.
He's flashed some pitches up, but for the most part, especially with the breaking ball, he's been right down there at the bottom of the kneecaps or lower.
Now the 2-0. Lifted high in the air, left field, very deep, very gone. Home run, Willie Adames. Into the second row of the second deck and left. Adames drives it out of here for his 3rd home run of the year, and that gets the Giants on the board. 2-1 Reds.
Well, there was a little extra look from Brady Singer with that extreme bat flip from Willie Adames. I don't blame him. I want to watch that spinner right in the middle of the plate.
Yeah, it was definitely a pretty dramatic bat flip, if you will. Stood there, admired it. Overhand flip of the bat, and Singer saw the whole thing. The 0-1 to Arise. On the ground, left side, off the glove, and then face of Key Brian Hayes. He chases it down, but no play. That'll be ruled a base hit, and Arise is on with his 2nd hit today.
Yeah, that ball was hit sharply. You can see Key Brian move quickly to his left. Ball looked like it kicked off the heel of his glove as he lunged for it and came right up into his face.
It knocked his hat off. Yeah.
Are we finishing each other's sentences?
I guess so. Gene, you owe me a Coke. You know where I can find one? Swinging a ground ball again, left side. This time diving stop. Hayes goes to second to McClain.
And employees. See how the right plan and the right partner can help protect your company's most valuable assets. USI, proud insurance broker of the Cincinnati Reds.
3 runs on the board combined, 3 solo home runs. The Reds have 2 of them. Tyler Stevenson standing in. Robbie Ray's first pitch is a strike on the inside corner at the knees with a fastball. 0-1 on Stevenson. Ray back into his windup and deals the 0-1. Stevenson watches the pitch miss low. 1 ball, 1 strike. A windy night here at Great American Ballpark. The Reds have had some really good at-bats against Robbie Ray. Just the 2 hits, both of them have left the yard so far. But some patient at-bats. This is Ray's 82nd pitch already as he works here in the 5th inning. The pitch is down too low, and I think that exemplifies how good the at-bats have been.
And they've been good at-bats, even though the results have not been spectacular, simply because he has struck out 6 batters, but you're facing an awfully good pitcher in Robbie Ray.
The 2-1. Strike on the inside corner. Pretty good changeup there from Ray.
And I think that's how you beat the best pitchers, is you make it rough on them, make them fight for it. They're going to get their outs. That's why they are who they are. But if you're getting out on the first pitch or the second pitch, they're just going to keep pitching deep into the ball game.
Ray nods the sign that he likes, and here's the left-hander's 2-2 pitch to Tyler Stevenson. And it's low and inside, a breaking ball from Ray, and another full count to a Reds hitter. There have been a ton of them so far in this game.
Well, the game plan for the Reds here against Ray has been awfully good, and that is being patient, make him get the ball over the plate.
3-2 pitch, swung on and fouled back.
And for the most part, you can see that the Reds are looking from the middle of the plate out, because that's where Ray stays with both the fastball and the changeup. Now, by doing that, it's going to make you susceptible to that breaking ball that's in the dirt down and in, because it looks like a fastball in, but it's also going to get you ready for that backdoor breaking ball.
There's ball 4, changeup in the dirt, and the Reds have their leadoff man on in the 5th inning. Let's pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Keep Brian Hayes at the plate.
Do you bunt here?
Ooh. Third baseman's way back. Pitch up and away for ball 1. Got to think about it, the way that Hayes has been struggling.
Well, you've got a close game, and the Reds have not been really knocking the doors down from an offensive standpoint. You got Tyler Stevenson at first base. Brian Hayes can run a little bit, but he's not like super fast. You're just trying to stay out of the double play, get a runner at second with a top 3 order coming to the plate.
Rays 1-0. Swing and a miss. He went after a high fastball and came up empty, and the count is even now at 1 ball and 1 strike. Hayes came in 0 for his last 5 games. Now 0 for his last 16. And the 1-1 pitch to Brian Hayes. Swing and a foul off the mask of the catcher, Patrick Bailey.
I guess we won't be bunting.
It doesn't appear to be. 1-2 on Hayes.
There was a lot of pregame work on the bunting element for a lot of hitters.
Ball and 2 strikes on Hayes. Stevenson's the runner at first. He worked a walk to start the inning. Dane Myers waiting in the on-deck circle. Robbie Ray ready at the belt. The left-hander to the plate with a 1-2 pitch to Brian Hayes. Swinging a line drive, caught at second base by Arise, lunging out to his left. And that's the first out. One away in the 5th.
And I think the first answer if you ask, why didn't you bunt there, is, well, we've got him to 90 pitches. We're trying to run him out of the ball game. He's at the end of his line. Hey, it's a 2-1 game. You're trying to get anybody to second and give yourself a chance to score.
Dane Myers shows bunt. He pulls the bat back and takes a ball low and away. Well, the other part that I think is the benefit of bunting in that situation, too, is Ke'Bryan Hayes can move a little bit. He could get down the line and bunt for a hit, not just a sacrifice, and the third baseman was deep. 1-0 on Myers, the pitch. He takes a strike across the knees, and Myers wants to challenge. I think a little reluctant.
The batter is challenging the pitch.
Well, that was a good challenge. I think he's going to like it. We'll look at the board. It was a ball.
Calls overturned. Cincinnati has 2 remaining.
It was a good challenge. Dane Myers, watching his reaction, it was over an inch low. He tapped his hat, and then the hand just kind of stayed there like, oh, this might be a bad idea. It worked out. It's 2-0 on Dane Myers. Robbie Ray sets, holds at the belt, twists and fires. The 2-0 pitch is pulled foul, third base side. 2-1. That's a big pitch, though, in the at-bat because it pushes the count way in your favor at 2-0. So it's not a terrible idea. You're in a spot right now where you've got a runner on, only 1 out in the inning, and you've got the top of the order up. So a chance to make a little hay with a pitcher late in his pitch count. The 2-1. Swinging, there's a bouncing ball to the right side. It's got a chance for 2. A rise to second one. Back to first, close. Out at first is Dane Myers on a close play. That is a... The Reds are on the right side of a 2-1 score as the Giants prepare to bat here in the top of inning number 6 on a beautiful night at Great American Ballpark. Another 3-2-1 Tuesday and a nice crowd on hand here at Great American Ballpark. Bring the whole family out to the park on family discount days provided by Klosterman Bakery. Throughout the season, families can save big on tickets in select areas of the ballpark. For details, visit reds.com/family. Leading it off for the Giants is Rafael Devers. He's 0 for 2. Brady Singer's back to work, and here's his first pitch. Devers takes off the outside corner. 1 ball, no strikes. Tonight's scoreboard stumper, 4 catchers whose last name begins with the letter B as in bench have won the National League Gold Glove Award. Who are they? Strike. Posey does not begin with a B, just for the record. Buster does, but he doesn't count.
I'll tell you what does begin with a B, and that's Barnhart.
1 ball, 1 strike on Devers. The pitch is swung on and fouled back. It does.
Bench is a given, so that's my other one.
Tucker won 2 of them. Johnny Bench won a closet full.
How about Patrick Bailey?
Patrick Bailey's won the last 2 in the National League. You have 1 left. The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball, skied into short center field. Here's Myers under it, waiting on it. Got it. 1 down in the 6th inning.
Thinking.
Well, you're on a nice roll, so I'd hate to interrupt. Reds fans, start the season with 4 new tires from your local Ford dealer and 4 free tickets to see the Reds now for a limited time. Buy 4 new tires, receive 4 free Reds tickets courtesy of your local Ford dealers. Visit your local participating Ford store for complete info. Casey Schmidt is 0 for 2 today against Brady Singer, and he takes ball 1. Singer sinking the fastball a little bit low. Too much sink. Singer with the 1-0. Hit him. Came up and into Schmidt there. Got him up around the shoulder blade. And Schmidt will go down to first base on the hit by pitch.
That ball just took off out of the hand of Singer on that pitch.
Schmidt taking his time, walking down to first. Now Jung-Hoo Lee. Lee is singled and doubled. 2 for 2 so far tonight. He has almost as many hits tonight as he has at home all year so far. Only 3 hits for Jung-Hoo Lee in San Francisco. He has been a much better hitter on the road. He takes a breaking ball for strike. It's 0-1 on Lee. One on, one out, 2-1. Reds leading in the 6th. Singer readies at the belt. He fires the 0-1 pitch. Grounded right back up the middle. Goes off of Singer over to Sal Stewart in foul territory. Gloves it and takes it to the bag. 3 unassisted. It'll go 1-3 on the putout. Singer hopefully is okay as he does a little walk around at first base before looping back toward the mound.
A little hot foot. If that ball gets by Singer, it is a routine double play for the shortstop De La Cruz, even with Jung-Hoo Lee running.
Hit right off of his foot. Looked like his right foot. But the outside of the foot. It's not like it got the bottom of his foot down where the spikes are. Probably didn't feel great. Hit off his foot at about 96 miles an hour. You know, you see hitters when they foul a ball off their foot, how bad that hurts. It's about the same there. He's going to throw a couple just to make sure he's okay. Schmidt moves up to second base.
Well, you take a shot like there's a little bit of a numbing, kind of the initial shock of getting hit, and then it kind of wears off as you walk around a little bit. If it doesn't wear off, well, you probably need to go get an MRI.
Good news is Singer still got to first base.
Nice play by Sal Stewart. Great awareness of where the ball was and being able to get to it and just take the out at first.
I think Singer's reaction was more about the fact that what you were saying, it was a double play if it doesn't hit him, more than the pain of it hitting. I think he was frustrated that it did hit him and they didn't get a double play out of it. Here's Elliot Ramos. First pitch is a breaking ball down and away, 1-0 on Ramos. You're looking for one more catcher.
I know.
With the last name
I'm thinking hard.
Pitch to Ramos. Swinging a bouncing ball to Ellie. Waits back on the second hop. Strong, accurate throw to first to get Ramos. Side retired. A hit batsman and a runner left.
For hot dog, burger, or brat with Wilbur's mustard.
Matt McClain leads off the Reds' 6th inning. De La Cruz and Stewart will follow. Reds are up by 1 run, and they are into the Giants' bullpen now. Right-hander Caleb Killian takes over. Killian, the kick and pitch, and McClain takes off the outside corner for ball 1. Killian, 4-pitch mix. Couple of different fastballs and then a slider and a curveball. Right-hander brings it home and deals the 1-0 pitch to McClain. Breaking ball down and away. Last pitched a couple days ago at Baltimore. Went 2/3 of an inning. Gave up a run on a hit. The run was a home run. 2 balls and no strikes. The count. Killian delivers. And it's a strike on the inside corner. So the last guy you need to get. This guy was a manager, and now one of his sons, a couple that played, one of his sons played for the Reds. One of them is currently managing.
I know who that is.
2-1 down and away.
That would be Bob Boone.
Correct. Bob Boone.
Philadelphia.
Bob Boone won Gold Gloves in 78 and 79. 3 balls, a strike on Matt McClain. Killian appearing for the 8th time. McClain swings and fouls the pitch back.
Well, this is the object for the Reds, is to get into the bullpen as soon as possible facing the Giants. That's where they have the least amount of experience, and that's where they have their bit of Achilles heel. They've got some great starters. They can run them out there.
3-2. Breaking ball in the dirt outside. You wonder here, I mean, Killian, I mentioned it, he gave up the run his last time out. 2/3 of an inning. That's the only run he's given up so far this year. That home run So Killian's been pretty good out of the bullpen. You wonder if maybe Tony Vitello's, perhaps they're only down by one, chasing a win right here, even though they're behind. McLean is aboard with a leadoff walk here in the 6th.
I would think that any manager coming into this ballpark,
pick to first, runner back,
and you're the opposition, if it's a one-run game, you're trying to keep it as close as you can because of the home run availability in this ballpark.
Kelly up there from the left side against the right-handed thrower. First pitch, De La Cruz, big swing and a miss, and a breaking ball down and in. Graham Ashcraft is throwing in the Reds bullpen. Kind of wonder if that's more because of Brady Singer taking that ball off his foot.
No, I think Ashcraft's coming in the game.
Here's the 0-1 pitch to Ellie. Down and in. 1 ball, 1 strike on De La Cruz.
We've gone through the Giants order 3 different times. I would imagine with the bottom of the order coming up, you don't want to take any chances of those guys getting on base. And then you run back to the top with Adames coming to the plate.
Ellie swings and fouls away the breaking ball. 1 ball, 2 strikes on De La Cruz. Runner at first with nobody out. The Reds led off the 5th inning with a walk, but couldn't do anything with it. Stevenson was erased on the front end of the inning-ending double play. Ellie just missed driving one out of here his first time up, a strikeout in his last at bat. The 1-2 pitch to De La Cruz. Breaking ball down too low, and the count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Ellie with hits in 13 of the 16 games that he's played in. 0 for 2 tonight, but he's hit safely in his last 4. He has been swinging the bat incredibly well to start the year. 2-2 pitch. Fouled off left side.
I agree with you, Tommy. I think he looks awfully good at the plate. There's always going to be some strikeout in the game of Ellie De La Cruz simply because he has that elite power. Power hitters strike out because they're taking powerful swings.
2 balls, 2 strikes. Killian misses way off the outside corner with that breaking ball, and the count is full 3-2.
But the part that I see from Ellie is being able to take pitches that, well, we've seen in years past that he's taking a swing at.
Killian from the belt, payoff pitch, swinging a line drive, base hit center field. De La Cruz up to second is McLean. The Reds have 2 on with nobody out here in the 6th inning. You want to talk about a good swing? That was a nice swing right there, and he laced it into center field for a hit.
Now that is the breaking ball, very similar to what he swung and missed at in the initial swing early in the count of that same at bat. And Killian comes right back to it thinking, I'll get him again here, and Ellie's waiting on him.
Well, you got to love that swing right there because it was a nice, easy, controlled 2-strike swing. You overswing, you chase that pitch, and you're back to the dugout.
Well, that pitch was on the inside corner, and Ellie gets his hands inside and just shoots it right back up the box.
Now Sal Stewart. Tomahawked one out of here his last time up. Now he's got a chance to do some serious damage. 2 on, nobody out. Killian from the belt throws. Stewart takes strike 1 on the inside corner, 0-1. McLean's the runner at second base. Ellie's at first, so good speed on the bases. The 0-1 pitch. Stewart takes a slider low. 1 ball, 1 strike. Killian fires home the 1-1 pitch, and he misses with the slider low and away. 2 balls and 1 strike on Killian. Right-hander sets. Here's his 2-1 pitch. And a strike. Just did catch the inside corner of that sinker. Killian came into the season on a minor league deal back with the Giants. Had an invite to spring training and made the team. 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. So Killian needed a strikeout. Got one there. And now Eugenio Suarez is the batter. Killian ready at the belt. Now his first pitch. Suarez swings and misses. Killian originally an 8th round pick of the Giants out of Texas Tech. Spent the last few seasons with the Cubs organization. 0-1. A little bit low on the outside corner to Suarez. The count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. He was dealing with injuries for much of last season between Cubs affiliates. Snap throw behind McLean down at second base, but he gets back in there easily. One ball, 1 strike. Now Killian's 1-1 pitch to Suarez. Breaking ball, little bit off the outside corner and low. 2-1. Well, now Suarez has the count in his favor. There's 2 on, 1 out. See if he gets something to drive right here. Killian from the belt to the plate. Swinging a ground ball to short. Gloved by Adames, goes to second. 1, a rise to Devers, double play.
Time for a Reds Wober's Mustard pitching change. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it. Right-hander Graham Ashcraft is the pitching change. Ashcraft coming on for the 9th time. That would tie him with Connor Phillips for the team lead as he gets Patrick Bailey to begin this 7th inning. Fastball misses just a tad inside. A 1 ball, no strike count. No record, a 2.25 ERA for Graham Ashcraft. Fastball over the outside corner at 99. Ashcraft's velocity has been up this year significantly. 3-4 miles an hour. The pitch. Tapper foul. A breaking ball. Slider down and in at 92. And it's a 1 ball, 2 strike count. What Ashcraft has done is he's still throwing that cutter, but he's throwing the cutter at 99, 100, 101 miles an hour. He's shortened the break on it and is increased in velocity. Slider into the dirt. 2 ball, 2 strike count. And if you're Ashcraft, you don't want to go to 3-2. You want to make it happen right here. Reds are leading 2-1 here in the top of the 7th inning. First of 3 against the Giants to finish up this homestand. The pitch. Foul to the left side, out of play. Cutter up and away from the left-handed hitting Bailey. Bailey is flied to left. He is also grounded to the first baseman, Sal Stewart. 2 ball, 2 strike count. Ashcraft turns it loose. And a jam shot grounder to the second baseman, McLean. He will flip on to first. 1 down. Boy, when you've got a 1-run lead and you're coming out of the bullpen, that first batter is primo important. That way, if something does happen, an error or a little flare or something unforeseen, you can at least have the ability to work out of it with 1 pitch. And a bunt attempt by Oliva is unsuccessful on a breaking ball, and it's a no ball, 1 strike count. Giants have 6 hits on the night. Reds have 3. 2 of those 3 have left the building. Slider over the outside corner, and Ashcraft quickly ahead of a no ball 2-strike count. Ashcraft back to the plate. Swing and a miss. That ball was 2 or 3 feet outside for strike 3. Well, that's when you know you really got it working. Throw a pitch like that, you are living in the headspace of the hitter at the plate. Here's Willie Adames. You don't want to fool around with him. He's dangerous. He already has a home run in the ball game. Strike 1 over the outside corner, a slider from Ashcraft, and he has got that thing biting here on this night. No ball, 1-strike count. Pop foul back behind home plate. A 100-mile-an-hour fastball cutting up and away. No balls and 2 strikes here to Adames. And this is one of those spots, especially to Adames, even when he's going good. You can start the ball on the plate and break it off, and he will swing. 0-2 pitch. And he swings at that one. It was off the outside corner, but he was taking no chances. Slider starting in the middle, broke flat. No ball, 2-strike count remains. Ashcraft back to the set. The pitch. Check swing. Couldn't check. That's a slider for a strike 3.
Bakery.com/careers. Klosterman Bakery, where family values are baked right in.
Klosterman, better, you bet.
Giants head back to the bullpen. They'll bring on the right-hander Keaton Wynn. Wynn coming on for the 8th time. No wins, 1 loss. A 4.26 ERA as he faces Reese Hines. Tapper foul at home plate. Split-fingered fastball from the right-hander Wynn. It's a no ball, 1-strike count. Hines in his first game here in 2026. He struck out his first time up. Popped up to the shortstop in his second at bat. And a called strike over the outside corner. Another split finger down and away. Oh, 2 pitch coming. Wynn turns it loose. And that'll be in the dirt. Another split finger down and away. I don't think Reese Hines has seen a fastball tonight from any pitcher.
Not that I recall.
And the left-hander that started in Robbie Ray throws a lot of heaters. Swing and a miss. Good splitter. Started in the middle, dropped straight down. Hines over the top of it, 1 down.
Put yourself in their shoes. Would you throw him one?
No. Not one that he could reach.
He can reach a lot. He's a big fella.
Can. But if I'm throwing him a heater, he's going to have to reach it up there around his nose. Here's Spencer Steer. He homered to get the Reds on the board as he led off the 3rd. He'll take a fastball over the outside corner, and that is strike 1. So all splits to Hines from the right-hander Wynn, and he pours in strike 1 with a 97-mile-an-hour fastball here to the right-handed hitting Steer. And a split finger missed. It was actually in the middle of the plate, and Spencer was underneath it. It's one of those pitches you swing at, you're expecting it to break down. You're swinging where you think the ball is going to go, and it doesn't break. 0-2 pitch. And that one broke all the way to the backstop as it hit in the dirt well in front of home plate. 1 ball, 2-strike count. Steer 1 for 2 tonight. The aforementioned home run to get the Reds on the board, grounded out to the 3rd baseman in the 4th inning. And another split finger. That'll miss into the dirt. It's a 2 ball, 2-strike count. Reds leading by the slimmest of margins. Two clubs that have struggled offensively. And so far the Reds on top 2-1. Popped up high into the air into left field. Ramos should have it. He does. 2 down. So here's Tyler Stevenson. Stevenson has struck out looking on a 3-2 fastball, and now he's got a walk that came in leadoff fashion in the 5th, but he was erased on an inning-ending double play off the bat of Dane Myers. He'll step to the plate for the 3rd time here tonight. Keaton Wynn, the Giants right-hander. Fastball just off the outside corner. A 1-ball, no strike count. Stevenson readies. Another split. Actually, that was a slider that just backed up. That's probably why he's not throwing it. Sometimes that slider that backs up can work to your advantage. The hitter thinks it's going to go back over the plate and swings and jams himself. Fastball right down Broadway on the 2-0 pitch. You're not going to get a better one than that one. Here's the 2-1. Split finger down low. 3 balls and a strike.
That's in that category. Hey, if a pitcher's struggling to throw strikes, that's fine, but you can still zero in on one zone. That would be a pretty good place to zero in on.
3-1 pitch here to Stevenson. Popped up foul down the right field line. That'll be in the seats and out of play.
I remember having a conversation with Joey Votto about that. I said, when you see a pitcher struggling to throw strikes, do you go up there making him throw you a strike before you swing? He goes, absolutely not. But I am going to pick out a specific zone, but when I get it, I'm not going to miss it.
3-2 pitch. Fouled back again. Another fastball. Up and away this time from Stevenson. And the count will remain the same. It is full. 2 down here in the Reds' 7th. Keaton Wynn, the right-hander, turns it loose. Strike 3 called. Split finger right over the inside corner. Second time. Right-hander Tony Santillan out of the Reds bullpen. This will be his 8th appearance. 1-0, 0 ERA. He's only allowed 1 hit in his 7 innings pitched. He is our Reds Wober's Mustard pitching change. Wober's Mustard. Let's put some mustard on it.
Well, hopefully Santillan has plenty of mustard to go around. It'll be Santillan here in the 8th, and hopefully it continues right on to Emilio Pagan in the 9th. Santillan has been really good so far to begin the season. Can't do much better than what he's done. The right-hander sets ready. First pitch on the way to Luis Arraez. Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Arraez, surprise, surprise, 2 for 3 today. 2 more singles. Santillan deals the 0-1. Arraez takes off the outside corner. 1 ball, 1 strike. Santillan readies. He deals the 1-1 pitch. Line drive, center field, base hit. 3rd hit of the game for Luis Arraez. Did we mention he's a pretty good hitter? Now Matt Chapman. Now, we were talking about Arraez earlier and the fact that he hits 300 every year. He's a career .317 hitter. He's been in the big leagues for 8 years. So
he can hit.
He knows how to hit. Matt Chapman standing in. Santillan's first pitch to Chapman. A strike. When you would talk to hitters and you would hear guys talk, was their goal to hit 300? Like, is that about where they wanted to be? Is that what guys were shooting for?
Yeah, pretty much. That was the elite of the elite.
0-1 on Chapman. Santillan delivers. The pitch is high.
The guys that hit with that kind of batting average don't overswing. They put the barrel on the ball. They're thinking big part of the ballpark from the shortstop to the second baseman, and that's where their aiming point is.
Santillan home of the 1-1. Foul back to the right, out of play.
But we don't teach that anymore. What we teach is swing as hard as you possibly can and lift and separate, just in case you hit it. Well, you might hit 3 or 4 times where you catch it in a month, and you might hit a homer, you might hit a deep fly ball that they catch.
1-2. Just a little bit low with a fastball. 2 balls, 2 strikes.
So more times than not, you're going to top it, pop it, and you're out and back to the dugout.
Rise at first with nobody out. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Chapman. And Santillan deals the 2-2 pitch. Swinging a ground ball, should be 2. Ellie to McLean, 1. On to Stewart, close, out at first, double play.
Nice little breaking ball from Tony Santillan. It was down and away, but you go back to that first strike that he got to Chapman. It was over the outside corner. It was that same breaking ball, so Chapman had to pull the trigger, and he hits it right off the end of the bat into a double play.
2 down for Rafael Devers. Devers is 0 for 3. Twice he's flied to center, and he's also struck out. Devers, who came in with a lot of success against Red starter Brady Singer, didn't do anything against him tonight. He takes outside for ball 1, a first pitch fastball, and the count's 1-0.
Tell you, make no mistake and don't underestimate the ability to turn a double play of Matt McLean.
The 1-0 to Devers. Low and inside, 2 balls and no strikes.
He gets the ball in and out of the glove quickly. His throw has something on it, and he doesn't shy away from the guy sliding in coming from first base.
The 2-0 to Devers. Low and in, 3-0. Western and Southern Financial Group wants to strike out cancer. Every time a Reds pitcher strikes out a batter, Western and Southern donates to support cancer research, education, and care in the greater Cincinnati area. When it comes to fighting cancer, we're all in this together. The breaking ball misses in. A 4-pitch walk to Rafael Devers. He's on for the first time tonight. A 2-out walk here in the 8th inning, and that brings up Casey Schmidt. Schmidt was hitting the shoulder his last time up. The only time he's been on tonight, he's grounded out twice.
So if you're Tony Santillan and you've got Rafael Devers at the plate, now I know Devers is only hitting .222 coming into today, doesn't have a hit tonight. Who's the most dangerous in your mind to try to tie the ball game? Would it be Rafael Devers or would it be Casey Schmidt?
Probably Devers, right? He's left-handed too.
There ain't no probably to it.
So now Santillan will go after Schmidt.
You got 2 outs. You got a couple of batters to get 1 out.
Santillan deals to Schmidt. Swing and a miss, and he just blew a fastball right on by him. Strike 1.
And the fact that Devers left-handed, Schmidt right-handed. And I know Schmidt's swinging the bat well. He doesn't have a hit tonight, but he came in hitting .368.
11 for his last 19 entering play tonight. The pitch. Schmidt takes way too high. That's over a 5-game hitting streak. Needs 1 more to match his career high.
I think that's a thing that you have to know coming out of the bullpen. Who am I going to get out? I've got a 1-run lead.
The 1-1 pitch. Schmidt swings and fouls it straight back, and now Santillan way ahead of him, a ball and 2 strikes.
Devers is one of those kinds of hitters. He could be 0 for 50. The wind's blowing out to left. You hit that fastball on the outside corner, and he happens to barrel it. Game's tied. You don't have to fool around with that. It's not like he's going to go to first and steal second and third. He's camped over there.
A ball and 2 strikes on Schmidt. Santi on readies, and here's the 1-2 pitch to Casey Schmidt. Did he go? Started. He went around. Down on strikes, Casey Schmidt.
That's how you do it.
The inning is over. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Reds 2.
Ryan Walker out of the Giants bullpen. He is their closer. He will come on for the 7th time. No wins, no losses, a 5.4 ERA.
2-1. Reds have the lead. Key Brian Hayes at the plate. First pitch on the way to Hayes is a strike call to the outside corner. It's 0-1 on Key Brian Hayes. 9-1-2 for the Reds in the 8th.
Quite the crossfire delivery for one Ryan Walker. Steps towards the third base dugout and then lets it rip.
Breaking ball off the outside corner. Is there a benefit to that if you're a pitcher?
Well, you can hide the ball, but you can't hide the fact that you're heading for surgery.
It's the 1-1. Down and away. 2 balls and a strike.
I mean, let's be honest. It's either going to be the low back or it's going to be the shoulder.
Hayes 0 for 2 today. 2-1 pitch, swung on, fouled away. He's hit the ball hard both times he's been up, but he just still unable to buy a hit. Now 0 for his last 17. As Pagan starts to throw in the Reds bullpen. Getting ready for the 9th. Walker's 2-2 pitch, swinging a high bouncing ball to third, handled by Chapman. The peg to first is in time. 1 down in the Reds' 8th inning. Back to the top now, and Dane Myers will face the right-hander. Myers has struck out, walked, and hit into a double play. Officially 0 for 2. At Kroger, an annual Boost membership saves you up to $1,100 a year with double fuel points, unlimited free delivery, and member-exclusive savings. Sign up today at Kroger.com/boost. First pitch, right in there for a called strike. 0-1 on Dane Myers. The Giants in the 9th will have 6, 7, and 8 due up. Lee, Ramos, and Bailey. The 0-1. Way off the outside corner. Fastball. Evens the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Myers. Matt McClain waiting on deck. Now the right-hander home of the 1-1 pitch. Right in there with a called strike, 1-2.
You know, and the leadoff batter for the Giants in the 9th, Jung-Hoo Lee, has hit the ball right on the nose every time tonight.
The 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball off the inside corner. 2-1. Reds are leading it in the 8th inning. Both Reds run solo homers. One by Spencer Steer, the other by Sal Stewart. The 2-2 pitch. Myers lifts it to center field. Hit well, but playable. Racing over is Oliva, the center fielder, to make the catch. He was shaded toward right center, had to scramble over toward left center, and makes the catch for the second out of the 8th inning. That brings up Matt McClain. Get that great taste of the ballpark at home with JTM's Philly Kits and Fat Tire beer, cheese, and pretzels. Find these game day favorites in your grocery freezer. JTM Food Group. Let's create great dishes together. First pitch to McClain. In there for a strike called. 0-1. McClain's been on twice tonight. Officially he's 0 for 1 with a pop out to the second baseman, but he's walked twice. The 0-1. Swing and a miss at a fastball over the inside corner. Seemed like every time that McClain played in spring training, he was hitting a ball out of the ballpark. He hasn't homered yet since the start of the regular season. 0-2 on McClain. Walker to the plate. Swung on, lifted down the right field line toward the corner. Lee in pursuit into foul territory, and he makes the catch over in foul ground to retire Matt McClain. So the Reds are out in order in the 8th. Giants coming up in the 9th. It's the Reds 2, Giants 1 on the Reds Radio Network.
Wilbur's mustard. Let's put some mustard on it.
Reds need some mustard for 3 more outs. Reds trying to sink the Giants to 6-11 as the Reds look for their 10th win of the year. Here in the early going of the 2026 campaign, Jung-Hoo Lee leads it off. Lee's been a tough out. He swings the first pitch. Skies one to right. Back is Hines. He's under it. He's there. He's got it. 1 down.
I think Jung-Hoo Lee was trying to tie it with that swing. He was looking for a fastball close to him. That one above the hands just ate him up.
It's copyrighted broadcast presented by Authority, the Cincinnati Reds, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form. The accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the Reds. This copyright reminder is provided by Dinsmore, official legal counsel of the Reds. First pitch to Elliot Ramos is right in there for a called strike. 0-1. Ramos is 0 for 3. Couple of ground outs and a fly to left. From the belt, Pagan's 0-1. Ramos swings and misses. There's the split. And Ramos right over the top of it. Nothing in 2 on Ramos. Pagan sets ready. The 0-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 down in the 9th inning as we pause for station identification on the Reds Radio Network. Tyler Stevenson out to the mound as Daniel Susak is off the bench to hit for Patrick Bailey here in the 9th inning with the Giants down a run.
Susak's got some power now. We saw him in spring training. You don't want to just lay it in there.
By the way, the Reds have made a change. Defensively, Will Benson has entered the game out in left field. Susak is 7 for 11 in 6 games to begin the year. That is a .636 mark. No homers yet, 3 RBIs. Right-hander against right-hander. Reds trying to nail it down. Take the series opener. Fans on their feet. Pagan throws. Strike 1. Fastball laid it right in there. 0-1 on Susak. Now the 0-1 pitch. Over but low. That'll even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike on Daniel Susak. Emilio Pagan through the signs with Stevenson. Has what he wants. And here it comes. The 1-1 pitch. Swing, and this ball's well struck. Deep left center field. Benson's back on the track near the wall. He's got it. That's it. Reds win it. Benson runs it down out near the 379 sign in deepest left center field.
It looked like Pagan hurt himself on that last pitch of the game.
That is not a great sign. The Reds celebrate a victory, but Pagan walking gingerly around the mound. Tyler Stevenson saw the same thing and went out to meet him.
He's hurt.
But the Reds win it. Final score 2-1. Reds over the Giants, and we'll be back to wrap it up right after this on the Reds Radio Network.
Think a printer is just a printer? Think again. Today's multifunction printers store sensitive data, connect to your network, and can be a prime target for hackers. At Modern Office Methods, Cincinnati's authorized RICO dealer, they help you secure your devices with advanced encryption and authentication controls. Mom protects your data with automated deletion of stored documents and detects threats in real time with built-in security alerts. Visit momnet.com to secure your print environment today. Modern Office Methods, secure technology for a secure workplace.
You know, there are a few things in life you can always count on. Sunsets, potholes, trash trucks in your way when you're running late. And of course, AAA's never-ending reliable roadside assistance. Because for over